Have you ever wondered how different the progress is between two beginners in the gym, where one is training naturally and the other is taking gear right from the start? Well, that's exactly what we're going to reveal to you today. So be sure to watch the video to the end, because we will explain to you which benefits steroids actually provide in the first few months after you start going to the gym. The first months of the first year in the gym is the time in which you will make the most progress by far. The longer you train, the less muscle mass you will build up over time until you actually reach your natural plateau. From then on, you'll have to fight for every gram of additional muscle mass, just like the 300 Spartans did against the Greeks in the Battle of Thermopylae. But for some beginners, these mega gains in the first year are just not enough. They either have no patience or simply want to get as swole as possible as quickly as possible for some other reason. These beginners then often opt for steroids to boost their newbie gains and look even more massive in a short amount of time. Depending on your genetics, as an average beginner, you can expect to see a lot of progress after 1 year of natural training. Your environment will notice that you are training after a few months if you have a good workout regime, go to the gym regularly, and also pay attention to your diet. These 3 things are important because if you're just throwing weights around, not eating enough calories, or eating bullshit and only going to workouts every once in a while, then even as a beginner, you won't see a great difference after a year. And that is a pity, especially because many beginners are then disappointed, even though they have made many mistakes, and start taking steroids after that. Because without steroids, nothing happened. This is exactly why it is so crucial to ensure that training, nutrition, and willpower are in place for several years before even thinking about taking steroids. Because extreme gains are actually possible naturally if you have the discipline for it. But let's assume that you would take steroids from the beginning, exercise seriously and regularly, and watch your diet. What results could you expect in the first year? Extremely good results for sure, especially if you have great genetics. Of course, it also depends on which steroids you take and whether you include SARMs and growth hormones in your stack. A beginner who does everything right from the start and takes performance-enhancing substances may well have a similar or better physique within a year than someone who has been training naturally for 5 years or even longer. That is simply the truth. The emphasis, of course, is you do everything right as a beginner and you also take the gear in the correct doses and in effective combinations. So does that mean you should just juice as a beginner because you'll progress so much faster? No, definitely not. Because steroids, SARMs, and growth hormones have many possible side effects, some of which are long-term and can even be life-threatening. It's simply not worth it if you don't have any ambitions to become a professional bodybuilder or earn a massive amount of money as a social media influencer. When you start your fitness journey, train naturally for a few years first. And if you insist on taking performance-enhancing substances, don't do it until you've actually reached your natural potential. This can take 10 to 15 years. After so much time, you will automatically have a lot more knowledge about bodybuilding, know your body better, and be a bit more experienced, so you can better decide if steroids actually make sense for you. Because in the end, your health is the most valuable thing. And of course, you can also achieve an extremely good physique naturally. Without steroids, SARMs, and growth hormones, you will certainly enjoy a much healthier lifestyle this way. That's it again for today. If you liked the video, share it with your friends.